49 minutes past 6 in the morning.
Hello and welcome to another video. It's Monday, it's 6:50 AM and we've got a day in North London, so I thought I'd bring you along with me. Got 4 jobs on today. First job is at Hampstead Garden suburb, so it's quite a long drive, so I'm going to show you all of it, so I'll see you a bit further down the road. Right, welcome back. It's nice, it's actually a gorgeous day today. Looks like it could be quite warm. It's early spring and I've got quite a long day today. I've got 4 jobs on, all in North London. So the first port of call is going to be Hampstead Garden suburb. Very nice area. We've got about just over 2 hours journey time to get there, 78 miles. We should be there just after 9:15, which is early because the appointment's due at 9:30. But I always like to try and be early if I can, because you never know what's going to happen on the road. It can be quite slow, especially around the North Circular, if that's the routing that we're going to be given. I always like to take the fastest route if I can. It also gives me a chance if I need to stop for the toilet on the way out. I've got time to do so. Let's get down this roundabout. So I thought I'd bring you along with me. Our routing this side will be Thanet Way, all it was taken to the Hengist Way, A299 to Brendley Corner, then onto the M2. All the way down the M2 comes the A2 and round about Gravesend area, and then through the Blackwall Tunnel, or it's actually the first day of the Silvertown Tunnel opening, so if you've got time, if traffic's favourable, I might take you through it. Slight detour if there's time, can't promise anything. And then round the North Circular to get us to Hampstead Garden suburb. Let's get round here. Traffic from Margate, Birchington, Westgate coming in from the right. And on to the main drag. About 16 miles, 16 miles until we become the M2 at Faversham, Brendley Corner. Right, so our plan for today is Hampstead Garden suburb to start off with. Then I can't remember which order it's in, but it's going to be NW2, all the NW areas, Muswell Hill, New Southgate, all around there, and then we finish in Richmond because I'll be staying at my mum's tonight. So it's a long day. We're just going through Herne Bay area at the moment. So you all had a nice weekend? Yeah, we had quite a busy weekend. We did some filming on Friday for one of Kat's videos, which will be out in due course. It will be a video about Ramsgate Harbour and the environs, which will be quite exciting to watch that once it's all been edited and it's up there on YouTube. And Sunday we did a lot of tidying up and spring cleaning. Both of us, me in particular, have a habit of accruing junk, really. So we've got plenty of stuff together to do a boot fair later in the month around Easter. The traffic seems quite good at the moment. The ETA is 9:15. 2 hours 5 minutes to go. go. But the ETA is showing on the sat-nav in amber, so it means it's going to be some slow traffic. It's slower than normal. If I'd left at like 4 in the morning, that would probably be a bit better. It would have been green and been free flowing traffic. You can see it's quite busy this morning along here. There's a lot of traffic. It's moving all right. Quite a lot of us on the road this morning, all going to work, I guess. Chestfield Tunnel. Lay-by to the left has been used as a DVSA checkpoint. Operation Brock is in force on the M20, so there's extra checks along here. You go under the A2. The A2 goes to the left. It goes off towards Canterbury, Dover, and Faversham, and to the right. We're now on the M2, and we'll be on the M2 throughout its length. We're all the way down it until it becomes the A2. 34 miles until we get to the A2. It's 2 lane at the moment. It's 2 lane until we get to junction 4, I believe. Then it widens out. One set of services on the M2, that's Medway, used to call Farthing Corner. Junction 6 coming up. We went down there last time. Going straight on this time. Junction 6, the A251, either into Faversham or towards Ashford. Earlier, exploring the Silvertown Tunnel depends on timings. If we're running late, we go straight through the Blackwall Tunnel. It's not a direct route through the Silvertown. It's a bit twisty, it's a bit round the houses. We'll see anyway. Traffic can be quite unpredictable going into London. Sometimes it's plain sailing and straight through. Other times we can be stuck in traffic. It all depends what happens on the road. The chevron's on the road here. It's because it's quite bendy. So it's recommended that you keep at least 2 chevrons apart from the vehicle in front. Some being very good in doing just that. Not everybody is obeying those guidelines. We're still doing okay for time. If we carried on without stopping, we'd be about 15 minutes early for the next appointment, the first appointment. It's slowing down a little bit. At least I've got time should I need to make a stop. I always think it's always better to be a bit early than late. It's only rushing around. We don't want to be rushing around. We never know what's going to happen on the road. Once I was driving along, I was feeling a bit bored, so I decided to count the pairs of chevrons. I think it's about 144 pairs of chevrons in this stretch. I know that's very sad of me, but when you're in the car on your own, the music on the radio's not worth listening to. You've got to keep yourself occupied sometimes. Junction 5 coming up. This is the A249. Go to Sittingbourne and Sheppey, or going south to Maidstone and the M20. If I was going to Surrey or straight to Richmond, I'll be turning off here, as it's a little bit quicker to go round onto the M20, M26, M25 to go underneath than it is to go all the way around. But as we're going to North London, we'll be going straight on here. This junction was revamped in the last 3 or so years. It used to be a bit of a bottleneck, quite a lot of congestion on the roundabout, but they've made it grade separated with the A249. They've added a flyover, so through traffic doesn't have to go onto the roundabout, it just goes straight across, and that has sped things up quite a bit. Realign the roads. So this is the bridge over the A249. Flyover is to the left, slightly lower elevation. So there's the Stockbury interchange. After the village of Stockbury, which is nearby. I'll tune someone's piano there. A good view in front. Got Medway services coming up in half a mile. Sometimes a good place to have a cup of tea. It's what I call an easy service station. Some on other motorways can be a bit faffy, that you have to come off and go round a roundabout and fiddle around before joining the motorway again. But this is just straight off services, straight on again. And you can actually leave the motorway. There's an unofficial exit, but I wouldn't advise it because it might get done by the parking cameras, because they don't register you and you get stayed, and you get a fine. They think you haven't left. This is Farthing Corner here. This is the services used to be named after this little area. It's a tiny little hamlet to the left of the services, to the left of the motorway, and to the right, hidden behind the trees, is Rainham, Hempstead. And suddenly slowed down. Gillingham, Chatham. It's a quite big urban area to the right. You wouldn't notice that, see it, because it's all been well hidden by the trees. It's coming up to junction 4 towards Gillingham. Again, it can be quite busy round here. Commuter town. So we carry on. Traffic comes onto the motorway from the left, and we go from 2 to 3 lanes. Widen off a bit. The ETA's got a bit later. Traffic's building up closer into London, so it's not that likely that we'll be able to detour down the Silvertown Tunnel. I'll show you it another time. It's still running early, but not as early. We've actually got a faster routing, so we're going to be going on the going through the Dartford Tunnel on the A13. So it's actually going to be cheaper going that way, because today is the first day of tolls on the Blackwall and Silvertown tunnels, and it would be £4 a crossing at peak hours, compared to £2.50 going through the Dartford Tunnel. The ETA is now 9:15, so it still allows time to stop if I need the toilet. It saves me £1.50 as well. Sometimes it can be pretty heavy going through the Dartford Tunnel. It just takes someone to break down, or rear end somebody, or crash, or do something silly, or just drive badly, and the whole thing grinds to a halt. Skirting around Rochester now. Behind the trees there's an airfield, so you might see general aviation coming in. Straight ahead of us there's a runway. Depends what runway's in use. Doesn't seem very busy at the moment. We're heading downhill towards into the Medway Basin. Rochester's a nice place to visit. Lane 1 is for the turn off of the A228, 1 mile to junction 2. Got the high speed line to St Pancras to the left. That will be called Ebbsfleet International, Stratford, and then in tunnel to St Pancras. It's quite a good line, that. Costs a bit more than the regular service into Victoria from the Kent coast, but it's faster. On some services it takes about an hour and a half to get into London from Ramsgate. Just across the Medway. It can be a little bit dicey in windy weather crossing that bridge, especially if you've got a high-sided vehicle. Even in this car, it's made me wonder, am I going to be blown over the side? 10 miles to go until we join the A282, which takes us through the tunnel. The time to go is still being shown in red, so there's still going to be some traffic. That's closer in. At the moment it's quite free. The line on the sat nav map is blue, which means traffic's moving nicely. Bit of traffic around Gravesend at the Shell services. It's showing amber, so it's slow. If it was red it'd be stationary. Hopefully we'll get through there okay. I might actually make a stop at those services, a quick stop, and then use the slip road to speed things up a bit, because there's a long slip road leaving the services that joins up with the junction. End of the motorway, junction 1, signs now turn green, so now on the A2. Not much difference apart from the change in signage colour. And theoretically you can cycle down here, though I haven't seen anyone that brave. I wouldn't want to do it. Gravesend coming up. It doesn't look too bad along here. The yellow is a bit further up. So we carry on. If we stop, we'll be tempted to get something naughty, which I shouldn't be doing. Services are only on the London-bound side here. On the coast-bound, there is an abandoned area where it looks like services were intended to be built but never happened. There's a turn off, there's a bare patch of land and an on-slip, but no services, so they're just on this side here. On going coastbound you have to turn off at the next junction, and there are services there about half a mile off the road. Yes, here, Gravesend, Central, Rootham and services. We're slowing down a bit. We've got an amber line. It's slow. We're warned of congestion ahead. 40 mile an hour advisory. Don't know what's caused it. Just for about a mile or so around the junction. Yeah, it's usually a bit heavy around here. Not much more of it to go. I want to be going across to lane 2. we are. Didn't seem to have any cause, this congestion. Probably somebody hogging the middle lane or driving slowly. Or braking. That's another thing they do, and that, I think that causes a knock-on effect. Did have an opportunity to have a quick bite of my breakfast. So, cheese and pickle roll. Got it off Too Good To Go, which is a good thing to have. Too Good To Go. You can get like £20 worth of groceries for less than a £5. Yes, we did that on Saturday from the co-op, from the local co-op Minster. Okay, I think I'll get across the lane 1, Dartford crossing. It's free if you're a motorbike, £2.50 if you're a car. Other vehicles are more. You pay online. I've got a dart charge set up. Same with the congestion charge, I've auto pay for that, so no risk of forgetting and getting a nasty letter in the post. So we're going to move across the lane 1 now. So we've saved 7 minutes going this way. It's unusual really. For a bit quicker going through the tunnel. Lanes merge into one just down here at the slip road. This is the A282. 60 mile an hour, this bit dropping to 50 as you get close to the tunnel. So coming off on the A13, we'll be going through the west tunnel. So we keep the lanes 1 and 2. There's a bit of a yellow line, it's a bit slow in the lead up to the tunnel here, but not too bad. It's the best I've seen it for quite a long time. Sometimes it's really bumper to bumper. It was yesterday, according to the news. Now you've got a 50 mile an hour limit. Although it's quite rare to be able to achieve 50 miles an hour along here. Report of an accident. So something's happened. There's always something, usually, always something. As I said, I haven't seen it this good for quite a while when I've been this way. If the east tunnel is quicker, I go that way because I'm coming off on the A13. So it looks like the east tunnel is moving a bit better. Yeah, we're on the east tunnel. See the Dartford Bridge in front of us, that's for returning traffic, that's for northbound traffic. Opened in 1991, the bridge, Dartford Bridge. Before then, everything went through the tunnel. The west tunnel was northbound, the east tunnel southbound. There's some flashing lights on the west tunnel, it stopped. So I think we made the right decision of going on the east tunnel. So this is the ramp to the tunnel. And both sides are moving fairly well now. And there's been intended to show the new Silvertown tunnel. We're going through the Dartford tunnel instead, it's just quicker. Getting there early makes a more relaxing journey, I reckon. There are distances if you do break down, have to evacuate. Signs telling you how far it is from each entrance, exit. Here I'm back into daylight into Essex. So stay on here. Junction 30, it becomes the M25 again. So you can see the signs turn blue towards the M25. So we come off junction 30. If we'd wanted to go to Purfleet or come off at junction 31, you would have had to go through the west tunnel. You wouldn't have been able to get across, not legally, from the east tunnel. We're going to start getting over now. A13 westbound. This used to be a notorious bottleneck. 10 or so years ago. They improved the junction. I used to get stuck here. So now heading west on the A13. We're on the A13 for 9 miles. Then we will turn off and join the A406 North Circular Road. It's 50 along here. If you're not in the UK and are familiar with road signage, the signs on the central reservation, blue signs with a red circle and red cross, that means no stopping. So it runs more like a motorway, this bit of road. We've passed Rainham in Kent. We're now going past Rainham in Essex. Average speed cameras along here. Quite industrial around here. We've got the high speed lines pancreas now to the right. It's followed us. Been given an even faster route, so we're definitely running early, which is a good thing. So we're going to come off at Barking. I think it's Barking turn off. We're not going on all the way down here on the A13. We're just going to skip the junction. We come off, Barking, A123, we come off at 3.5 miles. Ford factory to the left at Dagenham. Go back to 50 mile an hour down here. Speed limit now 40. Traffic lights up here. I must say I've been incredibly lucky with the traffic. I don't want to speak too soon, no? It's easy to speak too soon. Let's just see what happens. That's still green. This is correct. We don't go over the rickety flyover. We go under the rickety flyover. Hopefully it won't collapse. Imagine it to be made of bamboo, because usually I go across it. So we're going right here, under the rickety flyover. We join Ripple Road. We're not far from Eastbury Manor House. Cat used to do craft fairs at Eastbury Manor. Nice old building, it's haunted. Just let him go in front. I'm not cutting anyone up. This is Ripple Road. Barking, Upley. Ripple Road Cemetery to the right, that can be quite busy. The camera on the top of the traffic light is for ULEZ. Nicely controversial. This car is petrol, it's ULEZ compliant, so don't have to worry about that. Eastbury Manor is off to the left, down Tudor Road. 30 down here now. Now going on to a flyover. A lot of new development round here. Westbury. Centre. I don't think that was there when I last came through here. here. There's normal traffic, we would have carried on down the A13 and just gone straight onto the A406 North Circular. But as there's a bit of congestion that way, we've been routed through here. Around the houses a bit, but it's actually a bit quicker. Heading towards East Ham. There's some old buildings. It was quite heavily bombed during the war. It does have some nice open spaces around here. Going for the river roading. Lends its name to quite a few little villages up in Essex. Roding Valley Tube Station. I've been up that way. Up Leather Roding, Margaret Roding, High Roding. We're now joining the North Circular. mph down here. Very lucky to actually achieve 50 miles an hour because it can get quite busy along here. Going to be on the North Circular for about 8 miles now. Going up round towards Romford, Walthamstow. We want to get over to lane 2 presently, otherwise we'll be turning off. We don't want to be doing that yet. So we stay on here for about 8 miles and we come off at Angel Road Junction, according to this. And then we go, and then we actually stay on the A406. Sat-navs can be very confusing sometimes. They tell you to turn off and then you're actually not turning off. So we're properly turning off a bit further down. So unless whether it has a long slip road or not, we don't know. But we'll be on here for about 8 miles. ETA is about 9:10. Yeah, so this is Wanstead, Gants Hill area. Speed camera on the left there. That's a yellow box. So we want to be in the right hand 2 lanes. Left hand 2 lanes going on the M11 towards Cambridge and Stansted. We don't want to be going to Cambridge or Stansted. Free flowing traffic, which is nice. It's like the traffic gods are looking down on me and in my favour. The speed limit goes down to 40 here over the bridge, presumably for safety reasons. I'll let the bus in, mobility bus. 3 1/3 miles to go to our junction. Our supposed junction. We'll see what it's like when we get there. Leytonstone to the south of us, Chingford to the right, Walthamstow up that way. It's fairly cheap petrol there. Speed limit's now 40. Road turning off goes to Waltham Abbey. don't want to be going down there, so I need to get over. Half a mile to our supposed junction or turn off. Tottenham in front of us. I guess the big round building in front of us must be the football stadium. I don't know this area very well. I don't know the talk of it, to be honest. So I go through it, but don't really stop. No, it's just a reference point. We don't come off here. It's funny how confusing sat-navs can be sometimes. They think they try to tell you that you're going to come off the road at a junction. I said, no, carry on. No, sorry, it's all right. Don't come off here. That's Angel Road, is that to the name of the road along here? The A406 itself. It's taken an old name, it's like the Great West Road, the A4 in Chiswick is known as Ellesmere Road in places, because that's what was there originally, and when the bigger road was built, it just took the same line as the old road, so it just took its name over. So this is 4th Street Tunnel coming up now. Goes under the A1010 or 1010, and we turn off just after the tunnel, Ball Lane, just under half a mile. Not the sat-nav's telling porkies again. I don't want to go on the A10. I can let that van go and then I can get across. It decides to stop. Yes, everyone seems to want to go there. Carry on along the North Circular. Eventually we turn off. We don't spend the rest of eternity on here. Bit of traffic. They're still running early. There's a 5-minute delay just ahead of us. What the sat-nav probably decided that the what it thought was the fastest route was not the fastest route anymore. There's a lot of roadworks and traffic lights and things along here, I guess, and that's caused all this. Well, this is one of the causes of the delays. It's merging into 2 lanes from 3. We are Haringey, past green lanes. This is Haringey coming up to Bounds Green. And then there's traffic lights further up. They're going to turn off soon anyway. This is Bowes Road, part of the A406. We're about 18 minutes away from our destination, 3.8 miles. Traffic is slow but moving. On Brownlow Road, the alley pally in front of us. You can see the TV tower, Alexandra Palace. It's a bit busy along here. Be moving once the bus starts moving. Bounds Green tube station on the right. Road has opened up a bit. This is Bounds Green. It seems quite nice up here. Much more picturesque than the industrial area of Essex. Not really somewhere I'd like to spend my holidays. It'll be our destination about 9:10. Garden centre. Good place to visit one day. It's roadworks. Fortunately, we didn't have to wait long here. Or the Oliver Tambo Recreation Ground to the right. This is Muswell Hill. We'll be visiting here again later today. Whether or not I'll be able to film it depends on whether I'll be able to charge up the GoPro. It's getting low on battery, so in fact we should have enough to get us the last couple of miles to Hampstead Garden suburb. It's not far, it's 2.5 miles away. Yes, so on the move again. We're stuck behind a bin lorry. Turn left here and then right. 10 minutes away, so we're nearly there. This is Alexandra Park Road. Turn right here. So hopefully it's free of congestion. It's still showing red for the time to go, which is 9 minutes. So I can expect a bit more traffic, a bit more roadworks, probably another bin lorry or two. Pollarded the trees. Stink pipe ahead of us. There's drains, it stops the build up of gas and lets the gases escape. We're going to turn right here at the lights. It's Fortis Green. 6 minutes to go. The time remaining is now in amber, so it's not too bad. I think we've passed the worst of the traffic now. Nice mural on the end of that pub. I think it's quite posh around here. So we carry on down here for about another half mile or so, and then turn left into High Road. And we're in the London Borough of Barnet now. Let him out. I have to wait anyway. East Finchley. To the left-hand lane. Yeah, so our destination's bordering on Finchley, Hampstead Garden suburb-ish. East Finchley station on the High Barnet branch of the Northern Line. Turning right here, nearly there, 3 minutes to go. Last time I came up here I was on the tube, walking. And then we joined the A1 for a little while. A few hundred yards probably. This is the first time I've driven this bit. As I'm staying at my mum's tonight, because it's a long day, leaving the car in Bexley would be a bit of a faff. There we go, we've got the green. No filter, so just have to wait. Be careful. Yeah, we're all right. That's green. The next turning after this one to Norris Lane, and then be at our destination. Let the Volvo go. Oh, Norris Lee is the correct name of this street. Here we are, and I'll see you lot later.